us, or you can hear me. Check 1 2 1 2. Check. Hold on. It's still buffered on my side.
Buffering for me too.
Okay.
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
You guys can hear me? Okay, great. Okay. Sorry about that, y'all. My deepest apologies. This was acting funny. I mean, it was fine just in the member stream, but yeah, OBS did kind of crash on me earlier today when I was trying to record something during my lunch. Okay, good. Okay, all right, so we're back. All right, sorry about that, y'all. We were laughing at the Division 2 Stalker crossover thing. What else was we talking about, Cold Blood?
I don't know, bro. you were talking mostly.
Game Pass. Let me see here. Post office is Game Pass is $240 per year for y'all getting got. Pony COD on Game Pass is only successful because it's free. I don't even know what that means.
Who said that?
I was about to say post up.
Oh, God.
Oh, you know what? Look, here's the thing that I was kind of talking about, like in this video that I'm gonna upload for you guys later. These fanboys, these console warriors, they've been reduced to just simply hating on PlayStation. Let's talk about it, Cold Blood. Let's talk about Game Pass. Yeah, it's still, yeah. And guys, please let us know if our audio goes out. There's a potential for that. I can tell when OBS is acting up just because it won't work on my soundboard, and it's still not fucking working. Let's talk about Game Pass and the Call of Duty. Now, I want to first say this. Why is my mic like just hitting crazy? Everything is acting up. I want to say this, that no one is denying, before we get into this, nobody is denying the success that Call of Duty is going to have. Call of Duty is going to sell every year. There's no roundabout way around it. The thing that we're trying to gauge is Call of Duty creating something on Game Pass where Game Pass is going to get a big sustained boost? Or is Game Pass going to simply lead to the cannibalization of sales? Here's what I'm going to say towards that. I just want to show you guys something because I think it might be a little bit too early to tell, Cold Blood, but I'm going to show you guys this. Okay, so this is Call of Duty on Steam. So there's 217,000 players right now on Steam, which is fine. People are still at work here in the States, and when they get off, it'll probably raise up again to the 24-hour peak, and probably it might slightly do better. Who knows? We'll see. But people are now wanting to associate that to Game Pass, and they're saying this means that Game Pass is going to do well. I do believe, here's what I do believe. I do believe that there might be a lot of people that don't have Game Pass that automatically own an Xbox or a PC who may not have invested in Game Pass before. And they see this game out there and they're like, oh, I don't have to pay $70 to engage with this game. Cold Blood, I think the bigger question is, are these people going to get Game Pass and stay, and therefore Call of Duty helps, or Game Pass helps Call of Duty financially? Or people are going to get Game Pass simply to engage with Call of Duty for the moment and say, you know what? All right, I got what I wanted out of the campaign. I am done. And I didn't have to pay $70 in order to do it. Right? I think that's what it boils down to. Would you agree or disagree with that, Cold Blood?
I think most people gonna cancel after this month.
Okay.
Like, but maybe 20% of them stay on Game Pass. The rest of them just gonna be gone.
Okay. And you know what, Cold Blood? As far as your opinion on that, the data isn't disproving your opinion on that. here's why. Give me a second. I'm gonna show you guys this. Here it goes right here. These are, for instance, Amazon best sellers. Right. So, in order for Game Pass to kind of be, for you to look at Game Pass based off of what we know right now, and again, it's still early. This is not etched in stone or anything like that. No one's saying this is conclusive. This is us trying to take a look at it and saying, okay, what is the most likely outcome based off of what we see? Look at the top 10 items here. Let's first look at the top 10 items. Number 1 is a PlayStation gift card. Number 2 is an Xbox gift card. 3 and 4 are Roblox and Fortnite in-game money. Number 5 is Game Pass Ultimate for 1 month. Number 6 is Roblox. And so a 7 is Roblox. Number 8 is actually, this is where we see the first game. Number 8 is Call of Duty Black Ops 6 on PlayStation 5. 9 is Madden. Number 10 is Super Mario Party Jamboree. Now, if you scroll all the way down, you'll find Black Ops 6 at 43rd on Xbox. Right in front of it, coincidentally, is the PlayStation 5 Pro, but that's a whole nother conversation. Now, of course, people may see that and may say, well, what that means is that, there's a lot of people playing it on Game Pass. So why would you buy it, right? Okay, fine. One thing we do know is that there are a lot of people that do own Xbox Series X's. I think we discovered it's like they're like neck and neck now, where there was a significant gap where people own the S's. So you would expect physical copies to be, predominant. But again, it is available on Game Pass. Now, when a game is in Game Pass, the purpose of, you guys lose the plot. It's like PlayStation exclusives. You guys look at a PlayStation exclusive individually and you'll be like, oh, it didn't sell 16 million in 3 minutes, so it failed. Not understanding that the purpose of the PlayStation exclusive is for it to be a body of work that brings people over to the PlayStation marketplace versus the Nintendo marketplace or the Xbox marketplace, to be a matter of exact, right? And that's where the PlayStation exclusives succeed. So even when they may not sell a kajillion day one, it's a body of work. This is the way they've always worked. Yoshida talked about that in 2014. It's the same thing. Now you may see Hiroki Totoki trying to squeeze a couple more dollars out of the PlayStation exclusive on PC, and he might be treading, a little bit too far in the wrong direction. But ultimately, the numero uno job of a PlayStation exclusive is to sell the console and to sell its marketplace. Derek Strickland of Tweaktown he backed this up in a lot of his research that he done like a year or two ago. All right. And Derek Strickland is far from a pony. Okay. All right. So people lose the plot on PlayStation and they lose the plot on games that are in Game Pass. When it comes to a singular game, the purpose of that singular game is to make the most amount of money possible. There are two ways it can do that for Xbox. Number one is sell a lot of copies. If the game sells a lot of copies, it's making the most straightforward amount of money possible. Or a game can bring people to Game Pass and help keep them subscribed to Game Pass. Kind of like what they were hoping Starfield would do last year, but it failed to do it. That's why they were like, well, it being exclusive to Game Pass apparently was considered a failure to the Xbox or the Microsoft top brass, because now, as Satya Nadella has alluded, they are now moving to putting their games in more places. They're moving forward in that direction. It is what it is. People talk about, oh, well, exclusive. He said exclusive too. Don't take it from me. Take it from Jez Gordon. When Satya talks exclusive, he doesn't mean the same thing you mean. Okay. So in order for a game to be a success on Game Pass, its monetary value is based upon how many people it brings to Game Pass, how many people stay on Game Pass because of said title. So when you see that Game Pass subscription cards, the only one that's in the top 10 is the 1 month subscription, it leads you to believe that these people are not looking to get Game Pass and stay. They are looking to get Game Pass, and like Cold Blood said perfectly, they're looking to bounce. Another thing that I'll show you that perfectly illustrates that is these are the top. This is the top paid games on Microsoft. Now, granted, Call of Duty, Black Ops 6, the standard edition is third. And the $100 edition is fifth. All right. So Call of Duty, as far as the top paid games on PC, they're up there, right? On the Windows Store. Here's the kicker. Get away from here, Xbot bot AI. Here's the kicker. Look what's number one. You see what's number one? The $30 upgrade is number one. Why is that a problem? Because the $30 upgrade gives a Game Pass subscriber access to the $100 version. But guess what? I can get access to the $100 version by simply doing what? Going to Amazon or somewhere, getting a month subscription, and then upgrading that $17 access with an additional $30. So instead of me having to pay $100, I am paying $47, which is actually less than the standard edition. Again.
But, boss,
go ahead, brother.
If your theory is true, but then they have to buy the game afterwards anyway.
Yeah, if they want to keep,
they don't get to play the game if they cancel their Game Pass.
Well, what all
just
comes
because
in
they bought the Sport Edition?
What all comes in the upgrade edition?
Yes, some skins.
Okay.
Not the game, actually. It's
So,
just like a deluxe edition, bro.
Yeah. So if you buy the $30 edition and you get Game Pass for $17, yeah, if you want to keep all that stuff, okay, yeah, you do have to buy the game. But I don't think that's the intent of everybody that's buying, that's going into Game Pass. right? Because here, another thing to look at too is when you look at the Game Pass subscriptions that are the most popular, for instance, on Amazon, you got to go almost to what is that? Number 19 is the 3-month subscription. At $49.99. So, okay. Let's just say, for instance, you're one of these people that said, you know what? I'm going to get Game Pass Ultimate. Try it out for 3 months. And I want to try it because did this let people play it earlier? No. I don't know if it worked like, let me move this over here so I don't keep getting confused by the tabs. Did this Vault Edition let you play early?
No.
Okay. So if I wanted to get all this stuff and then get 3 months of Game Pass, that's $79. I'm still saving myself $20. Now, again, if I end up liking the game and I want it, then yes, I got to buy it. But again, a lot of these people just getting the upgrade edition, because I got the upgrade of Starfield. I don't think this means that these people are going to necessarily stay on Game Pass. I think what you see is you're seeing a lot of people buy this, get access to this game for $17. This is the #1 selling version of Game Pass. The second best selling version of Game Pass is 19th. So this belief system that people are going to stay on Game Pass, and then you got to go to 30th to get the 12-month membership at $59.99. I don't think, and even if I get a 12-month membership of Game Pass, I can get a 12-month membership of Game Pass for Call of Duty, right? Spend the $30 and still save myself $10. In best case scenario for Xbox, in this scenario, if I'm looking to keep the game. The problem is that we don't see enough people buying this at 19 or buying this to say they're not going to do what Cold Blood is saying. We're seeing a lot of 1 month Game Pass Ultimate subscriptions being purchased. I think a lot of people are looking to finesse the game for the campaign and go about their business. And I that again is losing money. That is a potential loss of money for Microsoft. Because if you got a lot of people that are paying $17 per se to play the campaign versus $70 when you had to buy it a la carte, they're not staying for anything else. They've already made it abundantly clear. They only bought 1 month. So I don't see any empirical data right now. Well, there's not a lot of empirical data out there, period. But I don't see any empirical data that says that this is a success for Game Pass. What I do see is I see a lot of people buying Call of Duty. Now you can look at the scores and make what you want of the scores. It's Call of Duty. It's going to sell, right? And a lot of people were like, well, that's a win for Xbox. No, it's a win for Microsoft Gaming. There's nothing as of yet that shows that it's a win for Xbox, which would mean that you're getting a lot of Game Pass subscribers that are going to stay on. Oh, excuse me. And so forth. I am not seeing that data at all. Of course, does Microsoft have a Leviathan game in its midst? Absolutely. Call of Duty's a juggernaut. But they need to squeeze and extrapolate as much sales as they possibly can out of this juggernaut. Because if they don't do that, then that's going to be the longer that they take to get their their $75 billion back. Now, a lot of people, if you look at this even further, if you look at these people that bought this upgrade, if you bought this upgrade and you weren't already part of Game Pass, so you done went and bought, a membership, and let's just say you didn't buy a month. Let's just say you bought 3 months, or you bought this year membership, which you can get. Oh, no, this is core. I'm sorry. So I apologize because I'm including core in this, and Game Pass core people are not getting Call of Duty. Let's see here. Let's see if there are 12-month memberships being sold. Okay, there's not. And whatever. Okay, so to me, that says that you have a lot of people that are like, hey, look, I'll buy the skins. I don't care. I'll get that stuff. Let's see how it goes for 3 months. Now, if you can get these people to do this and buy the game, okay, that's a win. I don't think they're doing that. I think what we see here is we see a lot of people that are just simply buying a lot of this, and they're going to finesse the single player. Even if they do this, if they don't expand to Game Pass beyond this 3 months, that's definitely a loss. Why is it a loss? Because even at $79.99, like, see, let's say if these people do this, well, if they just buy 3 months of Game Pass for Call of Duty and don't do anything else and let it lapse under 3 months, it's still negative. Why is it still negative? Because instead of them paying $70 for it, they only paid $50. That's $20 that you're losing on this transaction. Let's say, for instance, if they do the $49.99 and they do the upgrade because they're like, hey, look, I want to stick around, and then they lapse after the 3 months still. You still miss out because now you've given them the access of the $100 tier for $80. In order for Game Pass to be worth it, right? In order for Game Pass to be worth it, as far as what Call of Duty does for it, these people at the very least have to spend as much money through Game Pass. I would even argue more. They would have to spend upwards of $70 through their initialization through Game Pass. Meaning they got to be subscribed more than 3 months. They definitely have to be subscribed more than 3 months. These people are not subscribed for more than 3 months. You're losing money on Game Pass. If these people are subscribed anywhere between 4 to 6 months, then you have something. But based off of looking at the buying trends on Amazon, in my opinion, it ain't looking too good. Again, I don't know. I mean, Cold Blood, is this conclusive? I mean, is it conclusive enough for you, or you're still not sure? Or what are your thoughts on what we're seeing on Amazon versus people that think that this is boosting up Game Pass significantly?
Well, how do we know that right now?
Yeah.
I mean, they can't even get at least to number 2 or something with the Game Pass shit.
Yeah.
So I don't know how fucking successful it is. But what I'm gonna tell you is a lot of these dudes gonna subscribe for this 1 month, gonna play the campaign, gonna play some zombies, gonna play as much multiplayer as they can, and then get rid of that shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because that's the only way you finesse Game Pass.
Yep. Not good. That is not good. I think people.
Is that gonna wait? But that could be the question. Is there gonna be some people that gonna buy the game afterwards?
Mm-hmm. Probably.
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
First demo that shit on Game Pass, and then later buy it.
Mm-hmm.
At a discount.
Yeah.
And then they don't have to worry about paying monthly for that shit.
Mm-hmm.
This David Zakus said, I think people are stacking core and converting.
You can't do that.
Yes. Yes, you can.
You can still stack core and convert it? I don't think
If you're a new account. If you're a new account and never did it before. That's how I got my Game Pass for 3 years.
Oh yeah, you did that years ago. I think with this latest upgrade, you can't do that anymore.
You sure?
Yeah, when they made that change in September, you can't stack anymore. Like if you were already stacked, they weren't going to fuck with you. But you can't stack anymore. Yeah, you can't do that anymore.
Well, I have no idea. I did it with gold from Turkey.
Mm-hmm.
It was hella cheap.
Yep.
Made that shit 3 years, and then just converted all of it into Ultimate for $1.
David, he said it's still 3-to-2 ratio. And I think there. What's the 3-to-2 ratio? I don't think there's a ratio. You when you buy core, you're not getting access to. 18 months core makes 12 months ultimate, but you don't get Call of Duty in core anymore. You don't get Call of Duty in core. Now
he means if you convert it into ultimate.
Oh, if you convert it into ultimate, you can't convert it anymore. They made that clear that you had to have bought and you had to have had your Game Pass by, I think you can convert as of October something. Yeah. There is no converting right now. You can't do that right now. If you wanted to convert core, you had to do that in September. Ain't no more I think the beginning of October. Matter of fact, let me.
He's right. No, he's right. It's gonna be a 2-to-1 ratio.
That's if you can convert, but you can't do it.
But that's what the Xbox support says.
Xbox is for. Yeah, they might not have. they might not have updated that access. I mean, updated that page. That's what everybody was fussing about. Now preparing, they may have forgotten to upgrade that page. Did converting Game Pass to Ultimate stop? September 11th, 2024. This is the conversion of Xbox Game Pass Core to Xbox Game Pass Ultimate stopped. Here. Guys, it appears that as of 9/11, hold on. Damn, I wish I still had that document. And hold on, I think I might have it. Okay, hold on, here we go. Okay, when you upgrade to Game Pass Ultimate, we'll convert any prepaid time you have on Xbox Game Pass towards Xbox Ultimate at the conversion rate. Xbox, any remaining time will convert at a ratio of 2-to-1 and will be rounded up. PC Game Pass will convert Oh, no. Okay, no. I had it wrong. You can't stack anymore, but you can convert. And they changed it. This is PC Game Pass conversion. It's 2-to-1. So this was at September 10th. That's what they changed. So you can convert. It's 2-to-1 now. And yeah, it's 2-to-1 now. So it actually went down. So for every 2 months of core that you have, you can get Ultimate. That's how it works. I don't know if it's still worth it. A lot of people may not realize that. So if you buy, so for every 2 months of Game Pass core that you have, you can convert it to Ultimate. You can convert it to a month of Ultimate. I was thinking about the stacking. You can no longer buy months of game. Oh, I got to get the exact verbiage of it. But yeah, it changed from 3 to 2 to 2-to-1. So it's now 18 months of core only makes up 9 months of Ultimate. They changed it. Juice said that IGN gave Wukong an 8, but gave Dragon. Yeah. Check out Juice. Check out our conversation in the members discussion to see that. Yeah, there might be some workarounds. Dav, there might be some workarounds with it, but I was looking at the Xbox update on it as of September 10th, and they changed the conversion. So yeah, you can still convert or whatever. So that, yeah. But I don't think a lot of people are aware. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to be honest with you, because it's confusing. You might have a lot of pissed off people, bro. You may not get a lot of people that are aware that, you know. So they're going to get 6 months of Game Pass Ultimate, which if you buy 12 months of core, you'll get 6 months of Ultimate. But yeah, you'll still, it's still cheaper. It's still cheaper. Because in order to get 6 months here, you would have to spend $100. So 100 versus 60, yeah, it's still cheaper. That's if I'm reading. I feel like I'm reading this wrong. I feel like they stopped this. I feel like they stopped something. New Game Pass conversion as of September 2024. I could have sworn something had changed. Okay, it says as of September 12th, 2024, existing Xbox Game Pass members. Here, let me get off this screen and go to something else. Come on. Xbox Game Pass members will see a change in the price of the recurring charges. New prices will take effect on the recurring date. Xbox Game Pass also offers a conversion feature when upgrading the new plan. The remaining prepaid time from the current subscription will be applied to the new plan. It says Xbox Game Pass Core. Any remaining time will convert. Okay, any remaining time will convert to Xbox Game Pass at a ratio of 2-to-1. Okay. Any remaining time will convert to Xbox Game Pass Ultimate at a ratio of 3-to-2. Okay, all right. So yeah, they still allow conversions, but it's 2-to-1 for Game Pass Core, 3-to-2 for PC Game Pass if you were going to convert. Okay, all right. Now that makes sense. So maybe there are because if that's the case, but I think they were. Hold on, I thought that they cut it off. I thought they weren't going to let you after a certain date do that, like load up and then convert after September. I thought if you already had a shit ton of it, like say if you had a bunch of Game Pass Core memberships that went all the way up into 2028, I thought they were going to let you convert that, but after a certain date, they weren't going to let you convert anymore. So that what I'm reading doesn't answer that question.
I think you're talking about console.
Yeah, Game Pass Core. Yeah, that's Game Pass Core. Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah, I mean, the Xbox Game Pass console, not PC. PC is different.
Yeah, not well. Let's see, Xbox Game Pass Standard and Game Pass. Any remaining time will convert.
You got it mixed up, bro. That's all.
Well, see, Core is where they just gave you like the 12 games and shit. They gave you like Fallout 76 and stuff like that. That's Core. Oh well, it's all confusing nonetheless.
Well, just do an experiment.
Fuck no, I don't like that.
But you don't want to give Phil free money?
I don't like Game Pass that much. Like, yeah, I'm fucking with it for Call of Duty. When does Stalker come out? Stalker comes out what, November?
Yeah.
This is the moment they cut this off, I say goodbye to Game Pass. I'm never paying 18 euros per month. Yeah, yeah. A lot of people like Cold Blood, he was loading up too. You know what I mean? It's just, yeah, it's just not worth it to me. And I'm in that boat too, guys, of what I was saying here. God damn. And let us know again if you can hear us. Let us know because my OBS is fucking up big time. Like it just froze on me. Hold on. Shit. Okay, there it goes. All right. I'm in this boat to where, but I got my Game Pass Ultimate for, well, no, I got PC Game Pass. I got PC Game Pass for $6. I don't have an Xbox. I don't have an Xbox Series rather. So I got PC Game Pass for $6 and I'm going to play it via NVIDIA GeForce Now. which that took me a half a fucking hour. But yeah, I don't subscribe to this belief system that, oh, we're seeing empirical proof that the game is killing it for Game Pass. I just don't think we know yet. I think the only thing that we know is that in typical Call of Duty fashion, Call of Duty is selling a whole bunch of numbers. That's it. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the whole Game Pass thing. I just, we got to realize that whatever the retail price is of the game, whatever, for every person that uses Game Pass to interact with Call of Duty, in order for it to be a success for Game Pass, what has to happen is, that person that would have normally spent $70 to play Call of Duty would have to spend $70+ in their acquisition of Game Pass in order for it to be considered a success. You don't get to say, oh, well, oh man, there were like 9 million people got it on Game Pass. If those same 9 million people that got it on Game Pass normally would have bought it, then that's a failure for Microsoft. Because instead of 9 million times 70, it's 9 million times 17. You understand what I'm saying? Meaning those people would have to do 9 million times 17 times 17 times 17. You see, they would have to be on Game Pass. Let's do the simple math. What's 70 divided by 17? They would need to be on Game Pass for over 4 months. They would have to be on Game Pass for 5 months. If these people are on Game Pass for 5 months because of Call of Duty, there you have it. There you have it. Okay. If these people are on Game Pass for 4 months or less, it's a failure. They have to be on Game Pass for at least 5 months because of Call of Duty. Or they would have to be on Game Pass for 5 months or more based upon Call of Duty sparking their interest in Game Pass. Meaning, let's just say, okay, they do get 1 month of Game Pass as we illustrate here, right? Let's just say they do that. But let's say because of what? Stalker 2 or Indiana Jones, let's just pretend that because of that, now they're like, oh, I'm renewing this subscription. And they do it for 5 months. Then that's a success. These people just coming on Game Pass is not a success. It wasn't a success for Starfield. You understand why Phil wanting to, compete with PlayStation, why that fizzled out. That fizzled out because the decision to move Starfield and make Starfield exclusively was mainly driven by him. So when Amy Hood and company did the numbers, they said, hey, look, this is how much Starfield would generate on other platforms. This is how much it would generate on PlayStation. Can we, making this exclusive, make that up on PC sales and Game Pass and Xbox sales? And the answer is no, they didn't. And I think that's why you even saw Satya Nadella come out even more and state this. What did he say? Hold on. Where's Jamie's act at? Where's Jamie's act comment at? Where is Jamie's? Oh, here it goes. Or not Jamie's exact comment, but his clip. It says here from Satya Nadella. Finally, we brought 4 of our fan favorite titles to Nintendo Switch and Sony PlayStation for the first time as we continue to extend our content to new platforms. And remember, you guys were like, well, hold on. He uses the word exclusive, right? We saw Xbox News for Koreans talk about him saying exclusive game content. Well, let's listen to Satya Nadella and what he means about game content. Don't take it from me. Take it from your good friend, Jez Gordon. Let's listen to it.
So a lot of people are hung up on this exclusive content thing, right? But you have to understand that Satya doesn't think about exclusive content in the same way that a normal person would. When he's saying exclusive content, he means exclusive to the Microsoft ecosystem, which in their mind means every platform where Microsoft stuff exists. So like that includes PlayStation in Satya's brain. So I don't think people are really hanging on that. But that just basically means like we're gonna make the content exclusively and not just publish the content. They ain't slowing down or stopping on this latitude stuff until they come out in a business thing and there's actual like.
Well, how would you even like? Some people just want a clarification of like what is and what isn't. You know, and I think one of the things
I would love that as well, but they won't do it.
Yeah,
you know, I think Microsoft they're still going to have exclusive games, purely based on the virtue that some developers, you know, will be like they won't factor PlayStation into the business model. But I don't think they're ever going to put a hard line on like, you know, like there was these rumors that Halo's got a hard line under it now, or Gears of War's got a hard line under it now. I don't think we're in that universe yet, where it's like these games have a hard line under them. At least I've not seen any evidence that there's you know, that they've drawn a red line around Forza and whatever. In fact, I heard like Forza was something that they were heavily exploring because, you know, they compete with Gran Turismo.
Okay, you heard it from the horse's mouth. Yeah, you guys don't understand that Satya does not care about you as the gamer. He this is not me being evil or mean or trying to make Satya a villain. It's just the reality of it. Satya has no ties to gaming culture. None at all. Satya is about making money for Microsoft, and he feels like through subscriptions and through cloud, that's how money is going to be made. So when he says exclusively, he means we are making this exclusively. We are publishing this exclusively. That's why you've seen a downturn on second-party deals. Satya does not believe in that. He doesn't believe in sharing his money with anybody else except storefronts. Okay, you're a store, you're going to sell our product, fine, that's it. He doesn't believe in sharing his money. That's why they were willing to go out and spend the money to buy these companies instead of what we know that Xbox would have been better at is second and third party deals. Why? What we figured they would have been better at that because Microsoft isn't known for managing studios. They're known for making partnerships when it comes to games. So it would have been better for them to own the IPs, but have more established studios that they necessarily don't have to spend the money on managing, make them. That's what made Xbox a competitor, is that approach. And if they were going to change their approaches and start managing studios, which makes sense, they sure as hell picked the wrong steward to do that under Phil Spencer. So when Satya talks about exclusives, in one of the instances where I agree with Jez Gordon, He's not talking about exclusives the way that you were talking about it. Well, I always argue, and I lament you guys. You gotta understand this business stuff. Understand the lingo. You guys get yourselves worked up in the wrong reasons and think something is happening and the totally different thing is being said. All right. So that being said, I want to address something that I see in the chat here. Cree. I don't know how I stated it. You say here, that's still a win for Microsoft if 9 million discs aren't on GameStop shelves. I don't know if I specifically said, when I said 9 million copies, I said discs. If I did say discs, I didn't mean that in the literal sense. I meant, look, here's the thing. Because the statistics just came out. I think it's like 78% of Microsoft's or Xbox's purchases are done via or digital. So again, if 9 million people, Cree, leave instead of buying the game, go to Gamepass, we're not talking about 9 million discs not being there. If we're using the numbers, let's do it. Ooh, 78. That's hold on. What? That's not right. I'm wrong. 9 times 8. Okay. I'm really, hold on. Okay, I'm screwing up. But 78% of that 9 million. What the fuck? What am I doing here? I'm either I did something wrong. Oh yeah. Okay, so that only means that 2 million would be around this. Would be discs. Okay, and I don't think, and I get what you're saying. You're saying, look, it's better for Microsoft to have people engaging with the Game Pass model versus those discs, people playing the game and then trading it in. But you got to remember, if we apply the math, that's 7 million, right? 7 million times what? 17 minus was that 70 is 53. Okay, that's $371 million they're out of, right? Again, that's $371 million they're out of. If out of that 9 million, 7 million people just play it for 1 month instead of buying it. Okay. Those are the digital people. We're going off their trends. Let's look at the 22%. Okay, so if you get the 2 million people that then go and trade it in, and Microsoft gets none of that money, right? Which they would still have to get Xbox Live, but Microsoft doesn't get that $70 initial sale. Then we're talking about $70 a pop for the 2 million. That's 140 million. So you see how they're losing a lot more. They're losing significantly more. So I get what you were saying, Cree, but the math isn't mathing. if 9 million people were to say, you know what? Instead of buying Call of Duty this year, I am going to go and I am going to get it on Game Pass. Based upon the current trajectory that we have, that we know that 78% of Xbox game sales are digital, right? Based off that trajectory that we now know, 7 million of those people are digital sales. Only 22% are physical. So yes, even though if they're physical and they go trade the game in, meaning that future sales, that there's going to be 2 million people out there of future sales that are not going to go to Microsoft, they're still losing 314 million based off of the people that were digital that finessed the game for $17. You understand? That's still a loss. It's not a win for them, Cree. I get your point. It was a well thought out point. It was worth doing the math for, but no, it's a loss. It's a significant loss for the state because of the state of Xbox's clientele. Significant loss. And that's what I think a lot of people are not realizing. They're not realizing that these people simply, all these new entrants to Game Pass initially does not win you the day. What wins you the day is when the people convert to Game Pass and they stay. And based off the math that we did, we need them to stay for 5 months. Now, again, this is not empirical data. This is just a sign, but based off the signs that we're seeing off of Amazon alone, people are buying en masse 1 month. That's not good. That says to me what Cold Blood alluded to, that people are just looking to finesse the campaign. And that is not what we want. Creases, that's 78% of all Xbox games, though. I imagine the split is much higher for something casual in season like Call of Duty. How much higher? Like it's a 50-50 split between digital and here it's a 50-50 split free between Series S and Series X. So it can't be that much different, right? I mean, let's run the math again. It's a 50-50 split. So let's just say that 9 million I did that wrong. All right, so we got 4.5 that come on, where's times 53 4.5 so yeah, so even at a 50% split, you're gonna get 350, you'll get 315 versus 235 in the favor of its the money that they will lose out because people would be trading physical copies. I don't believe it's even going to be, it's not going to be a 50-50 split. Let me see, is there a game that we could tell? I don't agree with that logic, Cree, at all. I don't agree with that logic at all, that it's going to be a lot of physical copies of Call of Duty out there. I think, as a matter of fact, I think what drives that 78% is you're going to see more of the Leviathan games. People just go and buy them off the digital stores. Like, you got to remember, Gamepass. Like, let me put it to you like this: to extenuate the fact that I don't agree, that I actually think that for games like Call of Duty, it's actually higher than that, is the simple fact that you don't even have midnight releases for them anymore. Like, I don't even think Call of Duty even had a midnight release. Let's see here. Midnight release, Black 6. GameStop. See if I can find a no, yeah. Oh no, they did do a midnight release for Black Ops 6. GameStop has largely done away with his midnight release. Fortunately, the gaming retailer will now be bringing it back for Black Ops 6. I still don't think that the midnight release for Black Ops 6 is gonna reach what digital sales reached. Because I'm a Game Pass member. I didn't even get like bombarded with advertisements and stuff like that for it. Yeah. He says, what logic does a Call of Duty player have to upgrade to current gen? Why wouldn't they get a digital though? Like, I don't think because they're last gen, they're not getting it digital. They would get it digital. I still think they would get it digital. I'm not sure what generations, unless I'm missing something. I'm not sure what generations would have to do with somebody, how that would influence someone getting it digital now. I just think it's about consumer trends. So whether you still have a PlayStation 4, for instance, why wouldn't you get a digital copy of Black Ops? Right? Why wouldn't you get a digital copy of it? He said because they can flip it for the next game. Yeah, but they could do that on the, if I don't think that 78% is exclusive to Xbox Series. Like, I think people have resigned to the fact that, hey, it's on Game Pass if I need it cheap. Otherwise, I'm just going to outright buy it. Like, have you gone into a GameStop and seen an Xbox section as of late? Like, and I would say that would include Call of Duty, bro. You know what I mean? Like Walmart and stuff like that used to sell, they were selling used copies. Best Buy wasn't, they all stopped. The resale market for Xbox games is dead. It's just not there. It's just not there. So, and that's because, look, man, I hate to say it. A lot of people think this is a disgraceful meme and an evil meme. It's just reflective of the community. Most Xbox gamers are not consistently buying games. He says, maybe you're right, but I think the more casual the user, the more likely they are. Like, let me give you an example. and again, I know this is just like one thread in the whole sweater, but like my brother-in-law, he loves zombie games. Anything with zombies in it, he loves it. He's as old school as you come, bro. Like my brother-in-law still has a flip phone. Like, and I'm not talking about the Motorola Razr. I mean, I'm literally talking about the non-smartphone flip phones. He literally still has a flip phone. He buys his games digital. He don't buy nothing, you know, because he's like, bro, here's the thing, Cree, which I've had to learn about casual gamers that I didn't understand as a hardcore gamer pretty much all my life. And I think a lot of us that are listening don't realize it's about casual gamers. Casual gamers outside of gaming don't enjoy all the intricate stuff. They don't listen to podcasts. They don't like the midnight release. They don't do the midnight releases. They don't like this, you know what I'm saying? They don't like all this stuff that we enjoy on the periphery. Like I thought, like, and you probably will rip me, Cree, and anybody that's listening, we thought that the midnight releases were the shit. The midnight releases to me were so fucking awesome. I remember when my youngest daughter, I got her into Mass Effect, right? So was it Mass? I think it was either Mass. Yeah, it was Mass Effect because she was doing the what's it called with Tali, right? Her character was doing the Tali romance thing or whatever, right? So she went and came with me. Like I was like, Mass Effect 3 is coming out, and I went to the midnight release, and she was like, for real? I was like, yeah, like you want to come with me? She's like, I got school tomorrow. I'm like, we ain't gonna tell you, Mom. Come on. And she came with me to the Mass Effect 3 midnight release. Like I thought that shit was so cool, bro. As a game, like a nerdy gamer. Like my friends laugh at me when I did that shit. I remember I took my one friend, my best friend right now, we run a couple businesses together. He's the one that took me to go get my Xbox One X. And he's sitting there, he's just looking, he's like so out of place. Like, what the fuck is this shit? And I'm like, come on, man. This is like, don't ruin my shit. You know, this is my shit. Oh, whatever, man. You know what I mean? Like I thought the shit was nostalgic to me, bro. Not him. Oh, he don't give a fuck about that shit. But he's a casual gamer. He plays Madden. Like me and him will talk and he'll tell me, oh man, I just played Madden and so, such and such happened. Casual gamers don't care about that stuff. What they will do, like my brother, is if digital wasn't such a viable option, what they'll do is they'll go and buy. And my brother is like what you said, he does not have a new console. He has an Xbox One. He has an Xbox. Shame on him, right? He has an Xbox One. So what they'll do is if they're getting a physical copy, they will go pre-order it, right? They will pre-order it. They'll just walk into a store one day, pre-order it, and then come and get it when they get off of work. They're not sitting out there at midnight. They're not taking the day off. They're not doing that shit. Oh man, it's coming. That's the shit we do. So when it comes to physical copies, it's a collector's item for us. Where for them, even though like you said, they could trade it in and all that other shit, they're not thinking that methodically. They're like, this is a game I really want to play. I'm gonna buy this game and that's it. And this is all I play anyway. But if you tell us more methodical gamers, hey, look, you can play this Black Ops 6 for $17. Oh, all I'm interested in is the campaign. I get to save myself $50, $53. I'm in. So that's why I say that I still think I actually think, because of what you spoke to, the digital, the casual nature of Call of Duty, I actually think the digital sales on Xbox would even be higher. I would say they're like 85+%. You know what I mean? I don't have any data for that. That's just my thought. Preload is what killed Midnight. Yeah, that did for me too. Now I'm gonna tell you what killed Midnight release for me. The last Midnight release I did was the original Division, and me putting in the code and waiting for the download, and I couldn't, and I had to wait so fucking long, and it literally took me, like, I didn't get to play until 2:00, and it was during, it was a time that I had to get up at 5. And I'm like, I wanted to play at midnight because I wanted to play till 2:00, right? Go to sleep, until 2, or play for an hour, go to sleep. And then, cause my GameStop was like only 15 minutes away from my house. So I went and got it, stood in line. It was Division. It was the game I've been waiting for since E3, right? And it took me 2 hours to download it, and I could only play like 20 minutes. That's when I said, you know what? I'm going to do this preload thing from now on. That's what killed it for me. Before I go, I want to talk about one more thing, y'all. PlayStation 5 Pro. We see it here on this list. I am getting mine. I just secured mine. That's part of the reason why I had to go through the shit that I went through this weekend, y'all, with my business partner, because that's securing this money so I can get my Pro. This client is my golden goose. And they came, they started bitching and complaining about something, and I was like, oh, okay, let's fucking that thing out of here. He started bitching about something. I said, okay, fuck it, I'm coming. And I ended up having to do it all weekend. Like, I didn't get home till like 1:00 in the morning. So yeah, I'm getting my PlayStation 5 Pro. Shit, we're literally like days away. I'm excited, man. I can't wait to play games like Stellar Blade, Spider-Man, better fidelity. You know what I mean? God, I wonder what God of War looks like on it. Like, fucking Horizon already looks amazing. I wonder what Horizon Forbidden West is gonna look like on there now. Like, that's gonna be crazy to me. You know what I mean? And this is gonna change console gaming significantly. It's gonna change it in many ways. I think the PlayStation, never doubt Mark Cerny. I think the pisser technology is going to make PlayStation, it's going to solidify PlayStation's place in console gaming. I also think that the negative impact of it is because it's going to further distance PlayStation from Xbox. Xbox knows they're not going to be able to compete in its own home ecosystem. Like, they're just going to be using all these channels as delivery systems. So that means that, I think that these consoles from here on out are not going to be cheap. Like, I think the days of $500 consoles are dead. Are going to be dead. That's the downside of it. Like, that PlayStation 6 is going to be $600. It's going to be discless, and it's going to be $600. That's my thought. You know what I mean? I think the days of $500 consoles are over. Or at least from PlayStation. Because why would they have to undercut themselves any further? Now, you might run into a situation, I'm sorry, the days of $500 consoles at launch are over. I think what's going to happen is at launch, the console is going to be $600. You might have a $500 version. I couldn't imagine why, because I think the PlayStation 6 might actually be discless. That being said, now what could happen is halfway through the generation in the PlayStation 6, you might see it drop to $500 or $400. You might see that, but you're not. I don't think you're not going to see a $200 PlayStation. I think those days are over. So that's the negative side, and that's the end result of no competition. That's why we were, hammering on Xbox, hammering on them, but we were hammering on them from across the street. Like I left Xbox as a major way to that console years ago. I'm looking at you guys that are part of the Xbox community, and you guys really didn't do your job, man. You didn't do your job. Now you're resigned to just hating on PlayStation. And this is a sad state of affairs. Like Jamie's act got it. Let's take a look real quick, and then we're gonna get out of here. You take a look at what people have been saying about. Let's see here. You got risk it to the, and I really want to get this guy on the show. I really do. So if someone is listening to this as part of the community, just let them know I would like to get him on the show. It ain't no gotcha stuff. I just want to talk to him personally and just see what is it that he thought they would do. I'm just trying to understand the more diehard fans, those that are more affected by this. Like what why did you hear the same thing I heard and expected a different result? And in this comment, why are you still expecting Phil Spencer to quote unquote win out in a competitive nature? Like what is it recognized in 2023 being a failure in that effort that now Satya completely has the keys? Why do you think there's a glimmer of hope? I would like to know that. And just some of these other people, like, you see here, shout out to J Rocket. He's an Xbox troll. He says, don't believe the reports saying they're slowing down. Like, why? And let us compete from cold. Like, what is it that you guys expect? Competition is out. They don't care about that anymore. They gave it a shot because Phil was gassing them up, and Satya realized he gassed him up after he got that email from Phil talking about they should be proud of what they got. They have the better product in hardware and software, for crying out loud. And then Satya looking at the end result being categorically different from what Phil alluded to. He's like, this dude on a competitive plane, I trust him in his ability to make us some money, but him trying to compete with PlayStation, that's not what he's here for. And it's not really what I want. I would like to use PlayStation as a vehicle to make us more money. All right. I'm gonna get out of here. Cold Blood, I don't know if you're not in transit. Did you have any final words in regards to the PlayStation 5 Pro and your anticipation for it?
Bro, I won't get mine a whole week from launch.
Oh yeah, that is, yeah, because Cold Blood's gonna be on vacation. Oh man.
Yeah. No, but I'm excited, bro.
Yeah.
I want to see the difference.
Yep.
I still got my old PS5, so I can do comparison.
Corey says $500 consoles aren't going to cut anymore for what gamers want. What gaming you need, good hardware, and subsequently it means the expensive hardware limiting console. I beg to differ to that. I think it's not that it's not going to cut it anymore. I think we've kind of reached an apex right at this moment as far as what hardware they can put together and what hardware can do. A lot of this is going to be AI and machine learning, which honestly isn't that expensive. I just think that traditionally consoles took a hit with hardware, Corey, that PlayStation doesn't need to take anymore. And what Hiroki Totoki behind the wheel, he's going to spare every dime. All right, y'all. Yeah. I totally agree with you. It's like a competition. Like, why would they undercut it? Especially when, and again, I'm not saying this from a consumer standpoint. I'm saying this from a business standpoint. When you look at the board of directors, if Hiroki says, well, the next console is going to be $500, the board is going to say, why? Why? These components that you're putting in here, and the market evaluation says that we could sell this for $6. Why aren't you selling it for $6? Well, it would make our gamers happy. Where else are they going to go? Where else are they going to go? Why are you doing it? That's, again, I'm not saying I agree with it. It's just the way business works. I agree with Juice 1,000%. All right, I'm out of here. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Till next time, have a wonderful gaming day. Peace.